Hello, welcome back to Farmer's Dynasty. So the starting over episode 2. I went ahead and got the some upgrades going. I got a loan. I sold the gold from the first couple days. Got a small loan and got the magnetite separator, the wave table. I got the electric water pump, the generator. And then I hooked water to the sluice box over here. I gotta empty out my mats. Hope everybody's having a good day or night so far. Been a little warm here lately. A lot of humidity. Luckily we have air conditioning, so helps out. I try not to run it all the time, but especially at night it's nice to have for sure. Alright, so trying to get some gold going. I don't have the magnetite trailer yet. Don't have workers unlocked yet. I do like getting the workers unlocked. Gives you a nice little perk to your gold output, 6 or 7%. So it does add up. I can put this in here. It's not going to be full, I don't think. Right, 24%. So we can fill this up again before we even turn that on. I like to leave this one back kind of far so I don't throw dirt in it with a shovel on accident. I'm going to turn the generator and stuff on because I've already got this full of dirt. I don't know if I got any buckets full or not. I don't think so, but let's get everything turned on here. The reason I went with the electric one, I had a little extra money since this one you're not having to put fuel in both of these, just this one, so it's kind of nice. Turn this one back on, and we're getting water to everything. Let's check we're getting water to this. Yeah, I got a couple buckets of dirt here. We'll go ahead and get these dumped in. We'll just leave the water run for now. Every bucket's about 3%. Yeah, we'll shovel some in too once we get these buckets used up. And just try to get some gold going. It's early morning, it's still a little dark. Still pretty early on in the restart. Excuse me. Just trying to watch for some sales. One of the things I did wrong in the last video is I spent all my money on day one down to $4. Well, I had to borrow money to process my gold bars, which wasn't horrible, but at the same time, wasn't really thought through very well. I didn't even have water, but I went ahead and bought the hog pan with pump, and probably bought a couple extra things I didn't need to. But so it was just one of those things where Oh, that was a big one, 1.69. Definitely a big one. But the wave table will start increasing some of the efficiencies of the hog pan. Prices were good too. Prices do fluctuate on the parts and the equipment, just like the gold. So you want to sell the gold high, buy the equipment low, obviously. It's just understanding that the stuff does fluctuate a little bit will make it easier for you. I probably should have went ahead and bought the, I had enough money, or was very close to having enough money to buy the mobile wash plant. I was very close to that, but I didn't. I didn't want to go down to zero. So I'm hoping it doesn't go up. It's like prices were like low on everything. So I don't know if they changed the gold prices or what. So it's something I got to try to pay a little more attention to. But there's another big nugget. What's nice about the nuggets is, and you know, some people might feel they're a little cheaty, but I mean, you need 20,000 for this, 20,000 for that to unlock all these little upgrades and stuff, and 300,000 for the next, just the least, the next place. You can do it early on in this series. I did turn the nuggets off. I just found myself, 6 hours in real life trying to earn enough money to do anything at all, and it just, to me, it kind of took some of the fun out of it. It just depends on you and what you enjoy doing. I mean, kudos, if you want to turn them off, you can, because you can turn them back on later. But I would much rather just try to progress a little bit. When you're trying to show a 40-minute video, it's kind of hard to get a lot done in 40 minutes. Some people do enjoy seeing the grind because they understand the grind, or it's just, good to watch. So you want to show a little bit of the grind. In my last playthrough, I had about a third of, maybe a fourth or a fifth of this dug out. I had a big giant hole here. And then I still, when I made that next switch to tier 2, I still struggled money-wise. I started leasing. I did skip the small excavator, even though it's only 17,000. I went ahead and bought the fuel tank and rented the large excavator. That seemed to be the way to go. I'll probably do the same thing this round. Also, I suggest, before you smelt, when you go to smelt your gold, like, I don't want to smelt all my gold today, because part of your rent is provision of gold. So one of the things you can do, since it's kind of, I didn't earn any gold yesterday, I bought all this stuff and just set up. So I really did, and I didn't want to try to start the video in the middle of the night. It's really hard to see what's going on. But my suggestion is you earn gold all day, sleep whenever you get tired of messing with it, 9 or 10 o'clock, and then as soon as you wake up, it'll take the gold out for the lease. At that point, then you can just run into the blacksmith in the morning, get it done, and then come back and earn gold the rest of the day. But the nuggets you will not pay part of your nugget weight on the rent or the lease, which is nice. So right now this 7 ounces is ours. We could smelt that. But once I start running this stuff through the machine, and you will stop getting nuggets out of this eventually. In my last playthrough, the nuggets stopped, and I didn't start getting nuggets again until I went to tier 2. So there is a limit on how much nuggets you'll get out of this area At least it seems so on my last playthrough. They stopped. I didn't get any for, 2 or 3 game days. So that's why I felt like a restart was necessary, because I think you have to really, I did unlock employees, which maybe was not the right thing early on, because that is $10,000 to unlock them. But if you think about getting a 6%, if you're getting 10 ounces of gold a day out of your, maybe 6 ounces of gold a day out of your box, and you get an extra 7% on that, it's a half ounce of gold. That's about $500. That's paying for the employee plus making a little extra money. But it may be worth trying to do that after the fact, after you get to tier 2. So, had another nugget there, which is good. Getting close to the mats being full. And you can set up your buckets as well if you'd rather do that. 3 shovels is a bucket. What we could do is, after this round, turn the water off and then fill it back up, and then fill all the buckets up and then turn the water back on. That'll save a little bit of fuel. Fuel in the generators, in the small generators, is not a big deal. They hold less than a gallon, and a jerry can has 5 gallons, so they'll usually keep going pretty good. Starting to get a little bit of a hole here, which is, I can start to see some regular dirt here. Also, if you turn your camera sensitivity up, you can really spin faster with the shovel. I got this on 100%, so especially if you're pretty nimble, you can. Well, there's a big one, 1.6. I actually seen them over 5 ounces when I got to tier 2 in my last playthrough. I mean, that's, $1,200 average price. That's pretty good. A little bit of cleanup here. Alright, I don't want to go to 100% because then they'll say I'm losing gold, so I'm going to go ahead and let me turn wash the mats out. Let me turn the water off. I try to set things up, even though it's not really close to my thing over there. I tried to set it all up close here together so I could just, the idea was to turn this off and it kind of stop everything from going. That basically stops all the water, and I've only used 21% fuel out of, which is nothing out of that little machine. So rinse the mats off, dump those in. One of the workers that I had, his specialty was to empty these mats at 100%. But I'm not sure where the gold was going. I was it was kind of bothering me because I didn't really know. Like those mats, I'd get to 100% and those mats were switched out. But I didn't really see. I didn't really see it. There's a spot where you can hold a couple mats here that he unlocked. So I think he switched those out, and I don't. But when I checked them, they were clean, so I didn't know. So I didn't really run it to 100% because, again, I didn't really see that where that gold was going. So there's too much work to shovel all that dirt in to not really know 100% for sure where that gold was going. So. Alright, so let's go ahead and shovel this back in. And then we'll fill up some buckets. And we'll at least get one run through today in this episode. See how we do. We're up to 10 ounces of nuggets. I don't know if I started with any or not. I can't really remember, honestly. I know I didn't get any gold yesterday, so probably started out at 0, I think. Where am I at? Oh, okay. Alright, let's do some buckets. And you can fill up some of these buckets even if they're on their side, which is a little cheesy, but it's just another really more of an exploit. If you squat, it'll help you set your buckets upright a little better. Hop around, squat, hop around, squat. There we go. Oops. And it won't give you nuggets when you're filling buckets. You'll only find a nugget when you're putting pay dirt into a processor, like the hog pan or the mobile wash plant with the excavator or whatever. This seems to be, to me, the most efficient way of doing it. It seems like your nuggets are kind of spaced out, like every, I don't know, so many shovels or whatever. It might be random, I'm not sure, but it just seems like it's kind of spaced out pretty evenly. So out of this, I expect, out of all these buckets, I expect to possibly get one nugget, maybe two, we'll see. But I like to have a lot of buckets, which I had more, but I put 2 in the magnetite separator. So now we can turn the water back on, and then we'll just flush out what's in there, and then we'll do all these buckets, and we'll probably be up to about 30% maybe. So also in the rain, I noticed I had some trouble with small electrical things. Some things don't tend to work if it's raining hard, which makes sense. Some of the electrical things. And then if you get to summer, FYI, which is 9 days away in this playthrough, but this creek will dry up, so you've got to start thinking about the mobile water source as well. You want to keep that in mind. The creek will dry up, and when it rains it'll fill back up. But there's one nugget. Well, first bucket, so we might get 2 out of this, hopefully. That was the largest one too, 1.8. If you're getting stuck a lot, just jump around. You can jump pretty far in this. You just want to pick your bucket up first. I dug holes everywhere, which is my fault. You get stuck a lot less if you dig in one spot. You just have one hole to dodge. Empty, 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 full. These three are full. Okay. And your dirt won't come out of your bucket once you unless you dump it. Yeah, another 1.92. That's my biggest. So got one on my first bucket and my last bucket, which was nice. All right, let's go ahead and shovel some more buckets. I'll just leave the water running. Try to get over here to where I can do a couple at a time. I like the visual effects that you can see the dirt in the bucket. Does help. If you put it in a filled bucket, I think it's still in the pit here. I don't think you lose it. It says you're losing pay dirt, so I try to avoid getting that message. But I'm assuming it's still here. It's just not in that bucket. You're wasting the shovel basically. But I don't think it's gone. Start trying to clean up some of the edge. A little shallower. But they did a pretty good job. People talk about there is some loading screens, and I get it. It's not that fluid in some places, but they did a good job on the graphics of like this shoveling this dirt and it going down. That's not easy. I mean, of course, you can find something to complain about in any game, but if you don't enjoy it, don't play it. You know, the whole thing of it is enjoy what you're playing. That's why we play them. We should be relaxing and having fun. If you're not, you probably should get a different game. Everybody rages once in a while. On my channel, I play Smite, and I can have some really bad matches. I play Arena, which, you know, Smite is the mode I like to play is Arena, which is a casual mode. So you shouldn't. It's not ranked, so I shouldn't be too. Sometimes you'll get teammates that just play like they're 5, or maybe they are 5. I don't know. Or 5-year-olds are probably better than some of the people that. Sometimes you just get some teammates that just are doing stuff. They're not really. You have to. If you're playing a team game, you got to focus on the team. In this situation, it's an individual sport, so you're making money for yourself. In a team game, you know, don't play domination if you're not trying to capture a flag. If you're trying to get kills, just play team deathmatch. Whatever, it just makes sense. But you can get a lot of kills. You definitely can get a lot of kills when you're playing domination, because you can guard a flag, and that's part of the objective. But don't guard a flag that you don't have. Capture it, then protect it, and get the kills. And I just think a lot of the people don't understand some of the team modes, or some people may not care. And it's easy to get frustrated with some of those people, but if I start not having fun, I just don't play a match. I take a break. Go play Fishing Planet or play this. It's where it's not a team sport. You're on your own. We're getting there. Doesn't seem like it, does it? Seems pretty slow. Probably because I'm talking instead of shoveling dirt. Another nugget. 1.8, that's pretty good. Yeah, I was going to clear out a trench all the way across here. That's what I kind of started, but the wind's huffing and puffing. You can see the trees blowing. It's nasty weather out here. With that notification, keep an eye on that notification. It'll tell you when stuff is on sale. And 25% off of 100,000 is 25,000. So you can really save some money on something you're going to buy eventually. So, you know, watch the gold prices. Try to hold on to your gold if you can when they're low. I haven't played a ton yet. It seems to be about 1,200 is the average. So above 1,200 being better, below 1,200 being not so good. Same way with the prices. If you can catch that market fluctuation in your favor, it's going to help. It'll make your money go farther. And you can process your gold whenever you want. You don't have to wait till you get everything at 100%. Again, whatever you want to do. Sometimes I'll process it at 50 cents if I want to change the pace from shoveling. Right now, we've gotten 15 ounces of nuggets, which, again, seems like a lot of money. You know, it might be $20,000 or whatever, but 18,000, but it's not going to be that much. When, you know, unlocking employees is 10 grand. Even if you buy the small excavator, it's like 17 grand. You need so many pieces of equipment to move to the next level. And then once you start talking about the end loader and things like that, you're talking about $100,000. Leasing the next parcel, $300,000. So, but there's a lot of pay dirt here. I guess there's really no reason to rush to the next one. Until you start processing this. There's a lot of pay dirt here, so it'll take you a long time to process that. Pretty scarce on the nuggets this time around. Alright, let's go ahead and scoop some in here. Oh, we got a bucket here. No need to use the bucket when it's this close. So if you look, you can see this going down as I shovel. Oh, there's one. It's already noon game day, and I started at dawn, which is, I think, 6 a.m., 5 or 6 a.m., I'm not sure. 5 a.m. maybe Fishing Planet, but it's one of those two, 5 or 6. It's still dark, I know that, so. Oh, we're getting close on this mat. Seems like I'm drifting away a little bit here. It's starting to get to the point where it's a little harder to reach. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just not lining up right. Yeah, we're still pretty close here. Yeah, we could probably do one more. Yeah, let's take it all the way to 100. It'll give us the message this time. Maybe. Nope. Okay, good. Alright, let's clean out the mats. Again, I could turn the water off right now to save on fuel, but the fuel cost is not, it's really not a lot at this point. I like how the color of the water gets a little darker when you got the gold in it. Alright, let's go ahead and run this thing on video, and then you guys can. We got 3 out of 4 buckets, so it's not 100%, but give you guys at least see some of the clean out. See how much we get. Seems to be the nuggets is going to be by far the you want to make sure too you're not grabbing your magnetite bucket or your gold bucket and dumping it in the wrong thing. You don't want to grab your gold bucket and dump it in the magnetite trailer because you just lost the gold. So if you look here, it's like if you think about 100%, you want to empty this bucket right here. But this is not the bucket. It matches up to this bucket, but this bucket's not the 100%. It says dirt, it says gold. You want to take the gold, put the gold into the wavetable. And we can do 2 buckets of that before we even need to turn that on. Okay, we got another bucket. And if you see, the magnetite's only at 2%, so once you dump a full bucket into the trailer, it makes I think it makes the trailer 10%. So now we won't have no room to put the rest of the gold in here, but we're going to turn this machine off when it's done. Looks like it's going to hold it all, which is okay. Got some more magnetite, still at 2%. All right, so let's stop this machine. Let's turn on the wavetable. And then this will start doing our gold, and then once we can put our other gold in there, I'm going to let it go down to below 50% first, just so I don't lose any. put this back. Close to 5 ounces, I think, at this point. So maybe 7 ounces out of 3 buckets. We might have hit, if we'd have did it all 4 times, we might have. So about 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces per 4 mats out of the machine over there at 100%. So I'm expecting about 7.5 ounces of gold, 8 ounces approximately. We'll see. 8.84, so that's good. So maybe 11 or 12 if we'd have went all the way. Alright, let me turn the water off. I don't really need to turn the water off. All I gotta do is hit this switch. 44%, I can fill that up if I want. Out with my jerry can, which I think I have right here in the bucket. Yeah. Alright. So, I won't sell this gold till the next day. I'm not going to even smelt it down today. What I'm going to do is go ahead and start trying to get 4 more buckets here by the next episode, and that way when we come back, we'll smelt our gold, we'll look at selling it, buying some more bits and pieces, start trying to slowly progress the equipment and or the upgrades, and then go from there. But I like to sell the gold in the morning. Wake up at dawn, it'll take out your portion of gold for your lease. It's dark still, run straight to the blacksmith. By the time you get back, it'll be light enough to actually see what you're doing. So I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, have fun gaming.